الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى.
الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني عملا رب زدني عملا رب زدني عملا. My dear respected elders, brothers and sisters who are listening to my speech, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I read an ayat from Surah Bani Israel or Surah Al-Isra. This surah has got two names. It's called Surah Bani Israel too, and it's called Surah Al-Isra too. سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had two main helpers in the beginning. When Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam started tabligh, when he was given nabuwwat at the age of 40, he had two main helpers. Number one, he had Khadija al-Kubra radiyallahu ta'ala anha, who helped him from the house. His wife, beloved wife, she helped Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Outside to deal with the chiefs of Makkah, he had his uncle Abu Talib. So, this is indicating that if someone wants to do any deen work, he needs support from his wife and his family, then he can do deen work. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had support from Khadija al-Kubra radiyallahu ta'ala anha, and also from Abu Talib, his uncle. Unfortunately, Abu Talib did not embrace Islam. He died as a kafir. Quran says, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam found out that my uncle is on his deathbed, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam went by him and said, say La ilaha illallah in my ear. On the day of judgment, I will be a shahid, a witness that you are a Muslim. And I can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let you enter Jannah. But he looked at Sheba, Abu Jahl and all them, and they said, are you going to leave the deen of your parents and your ancestors? He said, I'll die just like that. So he died as a kafir. Abu Talib died as a kafir. Khadija al-Kubra is one of the first lady who embraced Islam. When the ayat اقرأ بسم ربك الذي خلق الإنسان من علق was revealed on Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ran back to Khadija al-Kubra and she comforted Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And she helped Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from the beginning right to her death. In the 10th year of Nubuwwat, these two main supporters of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam passed away. Khadija al-Kubra and also Abu Talib. I said that in the beginning, that to do deen work, to teach, to do tabligh, to do any deen work, you need support from your house, family support. And Khadija al-Kubra supported Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To deal with the outside chiefs Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had Abu Talib. He dealt with them, they could not harm Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When these two supporters died, in Tariq, in history, this year is called Amul Huzn, the year of sorrow, the year of grief. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in sorrow and grief. Very sad. He also goes to, in between this time, the people of Makkah, because Abu Talib has passed away, they had the chance to harm Rasulullah sallallahu more. So Rasulullah sallallahu went to give tabligh to Taif, and they stoned Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu bled until blood reaches what? Feet. Jibreel Amin comes and says, I've seen the mountains. Shall I sandwich them in between this mountain? Rasulullah sallallahu bleeding. Zayd radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is with Rasulullah sallallahu. Rasulullah sallallahu said, no, don't do that. I hope that from their children there will be someone Muslim. So Rasulullah sallallahu did not do but dua. What's the lesson we learn here? Is people can harm us, can be rude to us, could be mean to us, could harm us anyway. We should have the sabr. Rasulullah sallallahu, someone punched me, for instance, I start, na'udhu billah min dhalik, we're so soft, we're so, what you call weak, not soft, we're so weak that we start making bad dua straight away. This is not the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should learn how to, I first, we should learn how to forgive people and learn how to listen to people and take everything through. So what I was saying is that the 10th year of Nabood is Amul Huzn. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in sorrow and grief. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows about this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls him to the heavens. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls him by himself. And that is called, that journey is got two parts of it. Number one is Isra. The second part is called Mi'raj, but you could call each other the names, it doesn't make no difference. But Quran calls the journey from Masjid al-Haram to Masjid al-Aqsa Isra. سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. The other part of the journey is mentioned in Surah Al-Najm. In the Sidratul Muntaha عندها جنة المأوى إذ يخشى السدرة ما يخشى ما زاغ البصر وما طغى لقد رأى من آيات ربه الكبرى. That part from Masjid al-Aqsa to Sidratul Muntaha, and then I had meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That part is called what? Mi'raj. It's from Mi'raj means elevator. So whatever that elevator was at that time, according to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever elevator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pointed, we do not know the sifat and the quality of that elevator. So let me come to the story, see how much we can cover today, inshallah ta'ala. So, there's a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which are scattered, mean in different places, of the Mi'raj and Isra. Some of them are in Muslim, some of them are in Bukhari, some of them are in Tirmidhi. So I'm going to gather all these together and give you a what you call it, a murabba. Alright? And try to make it easy. So Hadith says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was resting in Hani's house. He's sleeping in Hani's house. 3 angels came, picked him up from Hani's house, took him to Hatim, the outside of Kaaba, took him there. So he's in Haram, he's in Masjid al-Haram. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "I'm bayna al-yaqza wal-nawm." I'm in between, half asleep, half awake. Yeah, they cut my chest. So the 3 angels cut the chest of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, heart surgery, cut your off, took the ribs apart, took the heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam out, They had a utensil, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, of gold. Golden utensil, which brought from what? Jannah. So it's from Jannah, so in Jannah you can have golden utensil. Goldish. Then in that button, in that utensil, they had Zamzam in it. So it looks like the best water is what? Zamzam. With that Zamzam, they washed the heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They washed it, placed it back inside, and stick the chest of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I say this normally, that everything nowadays we do has got a base from wahi, revelation. Nowadays they cut the chest, they do heart surgery. This is from here. They made boats. Who made the first boat, first ship? Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam. Who invented math and astronomy? Idris alayhi salatu wasalam. So everything is, I can give you so many examples. I take everything from wahi. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, they stitch my chest. And the Azwaj Mutahharat says that we can see the stitch of the chest on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's apparent. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says they bought an animal for me to ride, which is called Burak. So this Burak is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is less taller than a mule and taller than a donkey. So when the Burak seen me, I'm going to ride it. It's out of joy, he started jumping around, go wild. Jibreel Amin says, be calm. Has anyone better rode you than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? No one's better rode you. Be calm. It started sweating out of a rock of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Jibreel Amin said to me, ride it. I sat behind. Jibreel Amin sat behind. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started riding. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what happened in between? I'll say that next week, inshallah. Today I don't have that much time. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that each step the Burak took is until I can sight it. To the end of my sight. So the step used to be very high and big. It got to, in a few minutes, it got to what? Masjid al-Aqsa. I come to Masjid al-Aqsa, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, and I tie my Burak with the same ring where the other Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam used to tie their ride. See? So there's a ring there. Alright? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that there was dust in it. After a while, when a while passed and you haven't used that ring, mud gets stuck in it. So Jibreel Amin with his finger took the mud out and tied the Burak there. I enter Masjid al-Aqsa, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says. In Masjid al-Aqsa, when I enter Masjid al-Aqsa, I read 2 rakat nafil tahiyyatul masjid. 2 rakat nafil tahiyyatul masjid. And I see so many people waiting for someone to leave salat. I am waiting too, that someone has to leave salat now. So Jibreel Amin says, go ahead and lead salat. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam led the salat to all the people behind, all the males behind. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam led salat, Jibreel Amin said, do you know who led salat behind you? Nabi alayhi salatu wasallam said, no, I do not know who led salat. So Jibreel Amin introduced some of the people and said, this is Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, this is Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, this is Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. He met some of the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam and said, these are the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam which have come from Adam alayhi salatu wasalam to Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, and you're the last prophet. Now you have led salat to all the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, and now you have come Imamul Anbiya. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that I led salat to all of them. I met some of the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. Some of them were named to me, some of them were not named to me. Too many of them. Yeah? So then I come out. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam comes and presents 2 utensils, two glasses. In one glass is wine, sharab, alcohol. In the other one is what? Milk. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam says, what do you like? You want to have some khamr, some alcohol, or you want to have milk? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I chose milk, I drank milk. Rasulullah, Jibreel Amin said that you have chose fitrat and nature. You left what? Sharab, and you chose fitrat. This is indicated to another hadith where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, milk has got two qualities. Is at the same time is liquid and is what? Food too. There's two things. That's why in another hadith Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that if anyone presents milk to you or a pillow to you, and one hadith says it presents honey to you, and another hadith it says it presents perfume and fragrance to you, do not say no. This hadith of Rasulullah. I'm not saying nothing. It's not echo. Yeah? It's not the sun or the star. I'm saying the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that if anyone says have some milk, or if someone says take this what? Takiya, this pillow, use it. If someone says use some what? Honey, yeah? Or milk, take it. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't say no. This is the teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam drank milk. Now, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam starts his journey up to the heavens. So there's a Mi'raj set for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Elevator, whatever it was. Now the Burak is still tied there. This is a new journey, which is mentioned in the Sidratul Muntaha, mainly mentioned in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that we go. Jibreel Amin comes to the first heaven. You know, between every heaven, there's a musafat, the distance of 500 years. How many years? So first heaven, 500 years. Then the thickness of that heaven is 500 years. So it goes on like that. Yeah. So for every heaven, it's about 1,000 years you can see. Yeah. So Jibreel Amin reaches to the first heaven, knocks the bab, alright, and says that we want to enter. The angel says, Man, who are you guys? He says, I'm Jibreel, I'm your leader. And they say, is someone with you? They say, yeah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is with me. They say, has he got permission? Has he been called? Jibreel Amin says, yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has called him to the heavens. He's got permission. He's got his visa, basically. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, I enter. And I see a long, tall person laying down. He's got children on his right, he's got children on his left. I say salam to him. He says salam to me, marhaba. And he says, oh marhaba, glad tidings, welcome my son and my Nabi. And I asked, who is he? Jibreel Amin said, this is Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. I meet Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, he's got children on his right. When he looks at them, he smiles and gets happy. On his left side, he's got children. When he looks at them, he's sad and he cries. Jibreel Amin said, these children which are on the right side, these are Jannati. These children which are on the left side, they are Jahannami. I go ahead. We go to the next heaven, the second heaven. Jibreel Amin knocks the door. Same question asked again. And same question answered again. I enter and I meet Yahya alayhi salatu wasalam, Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. And these are cousins. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that they said, marhaban to me. The glad tidings to you, and greeting to you, and welcome to you. And they made dua for me. Then I go to the third heaven. I meet Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, I cannot explain the beauty of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. The beauty of the half of the world is given to Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. I said this so many times. وَقَطَّعْنَ أَيْدِيَهُنَّ, that the girlfriends of Zulaykha, they cut their fingers when they seen the beauty of what? Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. But Aisha radiallahu ta'ala said, had they seen the beauty of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they would have cut their heart. That's how handsome Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got married to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. And she came to the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was 53 or 54. 53, 54. She's explaining and giving the beauty of Rasulullah at that age. How beautiful was Rasulullah before that? In the age 53, 54, when we all collapse and the bones are not working and we start sitting on the chairs. Yeah? So how beautiful Rasulullah was. In the fourth heaven, when Rasulullah and Jibreel Amin knocked the door, Rasulullah meets Idris alayhi salatu wasalam. In the fifth heaven, when Jibreel Amin knocks the door, Rasulullah meets Harun alayhi salatu wasalam. In the sixth heaven, Rasulullah meets Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. In the seventh heaven, Rasulullah meets Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is saying that when I met my grandfather Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he was leaning on Baytul Ma'mur. Baytul Ma'mur. What is Baytul Ma'mur? Baytul Ma'mur is the Kaaba, which is directly in the same direction, yeah, same, or in the heavens. And Rasulullah says 70,000 angels do tawaf of it every day. They don't get a chance again. They only have a chance once, 70,000. So imagine how many angels there are. We do not know the exact quantity of it. So Allah says, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam leaning on me. Then I go to a tree called Sidratul Muntaha, berry ka drakht. Sidr berry. Berry ka drakht हमारे इलाके में तो बहुत होते हैं ना, तो कब्रिस्तान में बेरी के दरख्त बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं. So Sidratul Muntaha, this is a tree. Sidr means berry. Even in English I think it's called sidr. In Arabic it's called sidr. So normally the sidr is that big. It's the size of a berry, small berry. But Rasulullah says, when I seen that tree, each leaf was bigger than the ear of an elephant. And the fruit of it, the berry, the sidr, was as the size of a matka of, clay pot. Have you seen a clay pot? The clay pot they use in back home to store water in it. Yeah? So it's called matka, gara, matka, gara. Yeah? These things, it was that big, one, you know. And it depends what kind of clay pot you have. In some places, alright, the gara and the clay pot is that big. Yeah? And in our area, it's only that big. Yeah? So it depends on how big it was. Rasulullah says, that tree was covered with golden moth. Golden moth. Then I go ahead. Jibreel Amin says, I cannot go ahead with you now. This is my stop. This is my stop. I'm not allowed ahead. If I go ahead, I will burn. Now this is the place. Now this is where Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam and the angels differ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing that Jibreel is high, but not higher than who? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jibreel Amin says, no, this is my stop. I have to stop here. I cannot go ahead. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam goes ahead and meets Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a few gifts to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. What are the gifts? What happened next? Inshallah ta'ala next week. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah.
الله لا إله إلا